Hello everybody, welcome back to another War Thunder video. We're going to start this video with a disclaimer. I'm not the best War Thunder player ever. These tips are just general tips that go for most planes. They will not guarantee you ace games all the time. This video is aimed towards beginners and top tier as a whole. But before we begin, please join the squad in Discord. The link will be in the description below and in a pinned comment. The squad will show up on screen right now. Situational awareness is the act of staying aware of your surroundings, hence the name. In order to do this, you need to be using that C key. Whenever you are occupied, be looking around. And never look around too much. My general rule of thumb is at the beginning, get a good look at your team and who's on your team, where they're going. Take note of the approximate battle ratings, spread of the match, yada yada yada, all things like that. Just make sure you know your team and things like that. Whenever I'm flying straight or not firing a weapon, I'm looking around. So whatever you're about to engage an enemy, you're flying right at them, look around before you engage them. Just look around, look up, look down, whatever. Make sure you look up too. That's like a very important thing. No one ever looks up in this game, like ever. You need to be looking up because there's always someone in altitude with a long range missile waiting to fire at someone who's not seeming to be paying attention. Do not let that person be you. Okay? Alright, on to the next one. Positioning is another very important thing in a top tier match, but it's also very simple. Fly left, stick near the general area of your team, and don't go too far off on your own. Generally, you should stick at treetop level in terms of altitude. This makes all radar-guided missiles fly to the ground nearby you, and allows you to peek out from behind a hill and launch one of your own. If your plane doesn't have any sort of radar-guided missile, but it does have good medium to long-range infrared-guided missiles, you can climb. It's a high-risk, high-reward play style there, and you should only do it if you're competent at shafting or notching radar-guided weaponry. If you do end up climbing and you successfully defeated all the weaponry fired at you, then you need to look down and find unaware targets to fire your infrared missiles at. As stated before, no one usually looks up, so you can bet on scoring a couple of kills. Alright, so here we go. This is obviously how to notch example. So this is a controlled condition, by the way, so the real match might be a little different. My friend Bullet-R77, he's coming in an ML, he's gonna lock me up. And then I'm going to turn, and you're going to see how to notch radar-guided weaponry. So here we go. So you can see there's a little black dot top left corner of the screen. There's smoke there. You're seeing he's been flying up there. He's coming back down. There he is. He pops right in. We're going to turn right here. He's going to launch his SAR at me. There it goes. And you can see that once I've notched it, it flies straight. And now it's not tracking me anymore. There you go. That's how you notch a radar-guided weapon. Alright, here's an example of us dodging a radar-guided missile or defeating a radar-guided missile by flying really low to the ground, also known as treetop level, but there's no trees in a desert, so it's not treetop level, but you know what I mean. Fly really close to the ground right here. So there we go, my little friend is coming in, he's gonna shoot his R-24R at me. We're flying really close to the ground right here. He just pops in right there, there comes the missile, it's flying down. We're gonna weave a little bit left, and then maybe pull him back a bit right, and that's good. We've dodged it. Now, there is a chance for you to get splash damage, like demonstrated here. If you fly really, really low, you can get some splash damage a little bit, or if the missile comes close to you. But generally, you won't get any splash damage on you because it'll hit a tree or a mountain or something like that, and you'll be perfectly fine to come back and engage the enemy if you need to, or if he's the last one, you can go here and engage him. I obviously miss, but this is just for demonstration. On to the next tip. Alright, here's a few general things. First, know your enemy. Know what he can carry and how much of that thing he can carry. Know how the enemy plane flies and what radar it has, if it has a radar that's useful, obviously. Second, even though this is War Thunder, don't be afraid to ask your team for help. You can type a simple help line in chat. There's a chance someone will come over to help. I find that typing help brings over more teammates than the simple need backup pressing T4 too, because it's separated from everything else. The pre-generated messages tend to blend in. Lastly, practice. There are plenty of custom battles you can join, and they have many experienced players in them. Try to duel them and see what they are doing that you are not. They are seriously a great way to learn how to dogfight and how to learn the general player behavior in jets. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll catch you in the next one.